Okay,
At the same time.
101.
yes.
We have a quorum, so I'll call the meeting to order, and would you do a roll call?
Okay.
Well, it says I'm supposed to. Half the meetings I do and half the meetings I don't.
Abby Bemis, Marcus Harris,
Present.
Stuart Hastings,
Present.
Paul Cook,
Here.
Alan Nichols.
Here. Okay. You received some minutes from May 14th through your emails. What's your pleasure?
I'd make a motion to approve those minutes.
Second.
Motion, seconded, discussion? Not all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, approved. Financial report and updates. So,
Thank you.
for us elderly people.
Thank you.
Our Director of Community Development wanted to take care of me so I could see what was going on.
I'm happy to make.
You can leave that out of the minutes.
A larger copy. Thank you very much. I want to direct you to the financial tracking report that was sent to you today in replacement of the sheet that was sent out or last week. The sheet that was sent out last week is my mistake, was the wrong version of the tracking. And I'd like you to walk you through what is essentially the year end for 2024. At the beginning of the year, we started with $1,377,332 to begin with. That was taking the cash balance forward from last year and adding in the $500,000 allocation. In 2024, we did make some small allocations from that fund, but we paid out expenditures from grants from years past. So I'll call to your attention the 2024 expenditures, which equal the amount of $446,000. We paid out on the Pipe Creek Wharf project. We paid out on the Family Health Services. We paid out on Ethel's Quilt Shop, Patina Creekside Coffee, Washington Building, Inc., and WTF R2 Investments, which is What the Fried Rice. We also made a payment to Greater Sandusky Partnership for the grant that we have with them yearly, which is equal to or around the amount that we provided to the ECADEC program in years past. The grant to GSP is much larger than the $70,000, but $70,000 gets charged to this fund, the Economic Development Program. So if you take away the 2024 expenditures and also add in the 2024 open POs, which are the last payment for Small City Tap House, as well as the BAS broadcasting loan that you made earlier this year, as well as an economic development assistance grant to Osborne School, which is the retrofit, the historic renovation that's happening at the former Osborne School to senior housing. There are 703,426 open POs, which leave us an available economic development fund balance of $227,656 to provide to applicants for this year. So plenty of money left over for this year, and we do expect to be fully funded in the amount of $500,000 for next year. So we'll carry forward a balance as well as receive new funding for next year.
So we'll be about $700,000, give or take.
Exactly,
Depending upon
exactly,
for things for next year.
exactly.
Okay.
I wanted to provide a couple of project status. We are really, we're excited that we're finishing out many of the projects that we had been working on for years. As you likely all know, Pipe Creek Wharf, the project is complete. The grant has been dispersed since we met last. They opened after Memorial Day, had a reported successful summer and fall, and have made a decision to close for the winter months, opening in March of 2025. Small City Tap House, you may have noticed on your way in today.
No, I was dodging large pieces of equipment.
Oh, yeah, and rain likely. But
Yes.
the building facade updates took place over the summer, as you see the restoration of the brick and the painting of the building. And the final items remaining include signage as well as the installation of awnings. Awning installation is underway. It began last week. And the signage changes will be reviewed by the city. Just this morning, I received an update from their project manager. They have designs that will be moved forward to their sign company, and hopefully we get something to look at. It is in the landmark districts, it's in a landmark area, and so it will be reviewed by landmarks. Family Health Services, as you know, the project is complete. The grant has been dispersed, and they've been open since June of 2024. And since last meeting, we have paid out after signage approval for What the Fried Rice, which was an old project from 2023. We had one grant term expired for a project for the creation of an office space on Washington. It is not the Washington building, but on your tracking sheet, it is noted as RGCC Properties LLC. That grant term has expired, so we've removed that commitment. Any question on any past projects or anything? I wanted to cover at least everything that has transpired since we met last in May.
So, just to make sure I'm hearing you correctly, obviously, small city, that should be done before the end of the year or close to it.
Close to it.
Okay.
Signage will likely go into next year, and we've been working
Will that be
very,
part of the money that we have carried over?
yes,
Okay, so
It will
I want to make sure that, yes.
it will be. So the
I'm
remaining,
glad to see it's moving along the way it is. I mean,
it is.
Hold on, one thing. That will come out of the money that is carried over or already
It's an open PO.
open PO?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
that's why I wanted to make sure. I understood that too.
And the only other project on the sheet that remains under construction is BAS Broadcasting down a little bit of ways from here. I talked with Mr. Klein, Tom Klein, the owner of BAS, fairly regularly, and he anticipates them being fully into that space February or March of next year. His contractor has been working very hard despite some health challenges that he is facing, but build out of the space is underway.
Did the Osborne School project and the GSP stuff, did that come through here? or-
It did not. Okay, there is one project for your consideration today.
First of all, I just want to make sure there's no questions
Oh, sorry.
from the committee. Just, Paul, anything more? Chris, okay then?
Nope.
No, okay. I'm sorry, I just wanted to make
that's
sure
okay.
there's no questions.
There's one project for your consideration today. The applicant is Sandusky Packaging Corporation located at 2016 George Street. I will refer to it as SPC from now on. SPC is a 50-plus-year-old company that provides quality custom packaging for customers in the food, health, medical, confection, windowing, and automotive industries, to name a few. SPC takes green very seriously, manufacturing quality, sustainable folding cartons for their clients. The company notes that their commitment to green manufacturing not only conserves natural resources, but aligns with their environmentally conscious consumers. SPC also uses the latest technology to produce sustainable and eye-catching packaging, which positions them well to continue their growth. Since 1965, they have been innovating to meet their clients' needs using GMI and G7 master printers and adhering to ISO 9001 standards, making their products jump from catalog pages, online ordering systems, and store shelves. The project that they are coming to us for assistance for involves constructing a wall with electric doors and installation of an HVAC system. The HVAC system will provide much-needed temperature controls for their workforce, improving their work environment. The installation of the wall will enhance the space aesthetically for their clients and their customers. The total project cost is just over $130,000. At present, they employ 34 full-time employees, and their growth plan is to add one additional staff person, likely in sales and manufacturing related, per year for 3 years. Annual payroll right now is just under $2 million, but about $1.9 million, with a projected average 3% increase per year. Their current annual sales revenue is $11 million and anticipates between a 4 and 5% growth per year. Staff is recommending a $9,163 business assistance loan, 0% interest payable at the end of 5-year term. The loan will be secured via subordinate mortgage on the property at 2016 George Street. And if the owner achieves job requirement of the hire of one full-time employee and the job is sustained for the term of the loan, the owner may request forgiveness. Questions?
Good company.
Great company. I will say they came to us through our partnership with GSP. They were made aware of our program, and we're delighted. They note that being able to not borrow as much money allows them to invest in their employees. Honestly, I didn't know that the company existed. I'm fascinated by the work that they're doing, and they turned their application around and complete in a very timely status, which is why I want to also thank you all for meeting outside of normal business agenda or business terms to be able to hear this today, because the project is ready to be underway.
These are great things. We don't seem to be getting, I'm not blaming anybody, we just don't seem to be getting either minority or, the Greater Siskiyou Partnership, full disclosure, I'm on the board of directors and treasurer of it, but we have tried to tell businesses that, it's out there, okay? But there is a stigma that I'm not sure how to get rid of, that if the government gets involved, they're gonna be all over us and looking at things. I said, well, if you're doing things right, you don't have to worry about it, okay? But there's that stigma out there, and I'm not sure how to get rid of it, because, this, to me, great company. But I would like to make 2 or 3 of these every time we meet, okay?
Yes.
This is the whole idea for it.
And Mr. Chair, there was something that was in the application that came to my attention immediately, caught mine, was one of their customers, which is Nehemiah Manufacturing, located out of Cincinnati. Now, this is a very special company, and I feel like it's necessary to kind of bring a platform to that. This company specializes, they license Procter & Gamble products. So your Tide pens, DAF, fabric cleansers, all things are manufactured, but that's not the special piece. This company employs about 75 to 80% of people who have records, criminal records, and our re-entry population. And what they do is something special. To see a Sandusky company, a local company, actually part of the supply chain, and part of that, I think for me is very, very special and encouraging, because when I went down there to visit for our Leadership Ohio program, I have found no better example of the dignity of work and practice than with this company. And so if there are any companies, big or small, here in the Sandusky, Erie County area that are interested in hiring more people who have records, who are looking for a second chance, I suggest that they reach out and connect with Nehemiah Manufacturing, because what they have going on down there in Cincinnati is a model that should be replicated across the state. When people have sustainable wage employment with a pathway to development, and it frees them from the cycle of recidivism and being lost to the streets because they can't find a way productive in society, I think is powerful. And so to see a Sandusky company partnering and doing business with that company, I think is something that to be lauded and to be applauded. And hopefully we see more of these types of grants. To second your point, any company out there looking to grow or scale their business and add more employees that providing sustainable wages, I think is a key to our economic vitality and success. And so this type of business coming forward, and I encourage more of them to explore the options that we have available to help them scale and grow their businesses.
Good point. If there's nothing else, any questions in regards to the request, I would entertain a motion that we approve it.
Is the loan forgivable over 5 years if you hit, is that the new format that we're going with? Not
It
just
is.
Is there a dollar limit? Because it seems like a lot of work for $9,000 on your end. I mean, to track it and to put a mortgage on the property and all that stuff, and it's no dollar limit.
There is no dollar limit.
And that the full-time employee must be maintained over the entire 5-year period?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman? I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second? Motion made, seconded. Do I need to do a roll call or just, okay. Quinn?
Alan Nichols.
Yes, I'm sorry, I couldn't hear.
Marcus
Hearing aids
Harris.
are not working today well.
Yes.
Paul Cook.
Yes.
Stuart Hastings.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay, it's been moved and approved. Again, hopefully we get 2 or 3 of these every time we come. That would be a good thing. Just, the money is sitting there. So, I don't see anybody from the public, so I can probably pass on that. And I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'd ask a quick
Sure.
question if you don't mind. The road out here obviously causes some issues or whatever. Is there any consideration for the funding to go to some of the existing businesses just to look at the loss of revenue based off of that? Because, it seems like they're down in terms of traffic. I don't know if it's a consideration or something we would even be able to do, but, or something that we could entertain.
Thanks for the question. As the program stands now and as the guidelines are written, there is no loss reserve. There is nothing set aside for such. We have talked to some of the businesses that may want to capitalize on the downtime of the winter to do some improvements. I'm actually had a very successful meeting with one of the building owners on the street that's looking to do some improvements. So we can entertain applications like that, but as it stands right now, there's nothing built in for business loss reserves.
Good point, Paul. It's, what do you do?
It's scary. I think you get the winter timed up with, you can't access, I don't want to say can't, but, I drove around the block 3 times to find parking today, so.
I'll still accept that motion for adjournment unless there is something else.
I would make a motion to adjourn.
Motion made?
Second.
Second? I think that one we can just approve, right? Okay, approved. First of all, thank you all for coming out for this special meeting. We got it done. And the second thing is everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
You as well. And don't forget about the Justice Center grand opening at 3 p.m. If you're interested, come on down for a cookie and to enjoy the new Justice Center.
On Meg Street? Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's